Hello everyone and welcome to my geography class. This is the last class for the geography for the chapter number 2, physiographic features of India. In that we had seen all the physical features of India. So I welcome you all to the class. Let's see the topic number 6. The topic number 6 in the physical features of India, chapter number 2. Here we are reaching to the topic number 6. So topic number 6 is speaking about the islands, the last physiographic feature of India, and we are going to do and discuss the exercise. So here what is island? So island means a landmass which is covered totally or surrounded by the water. So let's see what is islands. Every time we are talking about the islands, so let's see what is islands, and India is having how many islands, where are they, we will see in this presentation. Let's move. So this is island. This photograph seems you very beautiful. This is island, the greenery, the forest, greenery covered area, and this is bluish, the water. This is known as islands. By seeing this photograph, you are having in the mind, yes, wow, our India is a great one. We are having the islands. Where are they? We are moving in to the next slide presentation to see about we are having how many islands and where are they, and we will discuss. Next, you have already seen that the India have a vast mainland. Beside this, the country have the two groups of islands. So where are the two groups of islands? So we are going to see here, where are the two groups of islands, and can you identify these island groups? So in the first chapter already we discussed about the two islands. So moving towards to discuss about the two islands. So here, India's southern part is here, and here the islands are there. So where are the islands? So the islands are here. And the islands are here. Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Andaman Islands here in the north, in the south Nicobar, and here the Lakshadweep Islands. Right? We are going to see about how the Lakshadweep got the name. Earlier it was calling is Lakadweep and Minikoy, and the how it got the name and in which year it's got. So India, the mainland, and we are having in Arabian Sea one island, that is Lakshadweep. In Bay of Bengal we are having another island, that is called Andaman and Nicobar. So moving further to talk more about these islands. Locate the Lakshadweep Islands group lying closely to the Malabar coast of Kerala. So as we talked in the fifth presentation about the Malabar coast, the western coastal plain. So this Kerala coastal plain and lying close. So which are these coasts? So you have to locate in a map. So this group of islands composed of small coral islands, because these are called as the coral islands, because the coral are more over there. Then this coral island earlier known as the Lakadweep, Minikoy and Amindi. So in 1973 they got their name, and the name was Lakshadweep. You have to make a note of, in 1973 the Lakshadweep name was moved into the existence. Earlier which name was there? Lakadweep, Minikoy and Amindi. Next, it covers the small area of 32 square kilometer. We are talking about the features of Lakshadweep. So 32 square kilometer, and Kavaratti is the capital of Lakshadweep. So Kavaratti Island is the administrative headquarter of Lakshadweep. Why we are placing Kavaratti as a headquarter? Because Kavaratti is the capital of Lakshadweep. So this island group has great diversity of flora and fauna. In this island we are having a great diversity of flora and fauna. Flora means to be denoting to the plant species and fauna denoting to the animal species. So here we are having the great varieties of flora and fauna. So if we are talking about flora and fauna, that means surely we are talking about the vegetation, and we are going to talk about the centuries. So here the Piti Island, which is in evidence, has a bird sanctuary, where it is the bird sanctuary. Next, now you see the elongated chain of islands located in the Bay of Bengal. So as we were talking about the map, in the map we were seeing about here this side in Arabian Sea, Lakshadweep Islands. So we are going towards the Bay of Bengal, that side we are going to see about the another islands. So north to south, these are Andaman and Nicobar Islands. They are bigger in the size and they are more numerous and scattered. The entire group of islands is divided into two broad categories: the Andaman in the north and Nicobar in the south. So they are divided into two: Andaman and Nicobar. So Andaman in the north and Nicobar in the south. Let me take you again to the map, so it's going to be more crystal clear for you. Please see. The Andaman in the north and Nicobar in the south. Andaman here, Nicobar here. Islands in the Bay of Bengal. Arabian Sea, Lakshadweep Islands near to the Kerala, Malabar coast. Small tiny islands, and they are in a huge number and scattered and larger. So here we are talking about this two islands which are divided into two, north and south. Andaman in the north and Nicobar in the south. Lakshadweep Islands is over, capital is this. So its capital is Port Blair. Next, it is believed that these islands are elevated portion of the submarine mountain. The mountain which are submerged under the water, their elevated portions are these islands. Which islands? Andaman and Nicobar. So these islands groups are the great strategic importance for our country. There is a great diversity of flora and fauna in this group of islands too. So in that island also there is a great diversity of flora and fauna is available. So these islands lie close to the equator, so there is a variation in temperature also, and the climate is different. So equator and experience equatorial climate and has thick forest covered. As you have seen the first photograph, the island photograph thickly green covered, so the thick forest is covered. Moving to the next. Do you know India only active volcano is found on the barren island in Andaman and Nicobar groups of islands. So we are very much fortunate that we are having an active volcano also present in Andaman and Nicobar in the barren islands. We are having the three types of volcanoes. First one is the active, second one is the passive, and third one is the dead. So we are having the active volcano. Next, a detailed account of all the physiographic units highlight the unique features of each region. So before going to this one, I will explain you what this is talking about. So this is talking about it, however, be clear that each region complementary the other and makes the country richer in the natural resource. The mountains are the large source of the water and the forest and well. How? Because from the mountain the water streams are coming, that means the great rivers are coming, the holy rivers are coming, which is giving the forest well to our country. Next, the northern plain was giving the greenery of our country because more agricultural land, fertile soil is available and the water is available. So it provides the base of early civilization. So granary means to be they are producing more grains, food grain, which is important for our living. Then the plateaus, they are the storehouse of the mineral and which has played a crucial role in the industrialization of our country, because we are extracting number of minerals from this plateau region. Then next, the coastal region and the islands groups provide for the fishing and the port activities. Just Mumbai is the port, Chennai is the port. So like that we are talking here, the ports are very important and for the fishing also it is important. Thus the diverse physical features of the land have immense future possibilities of development. Next, this all part which I was reading, it was simply means to you about that India with the vast landmass are having all the physiographic feature, and each physiographic feature is contributing something towards India. And just it is stated about in the north, the great Himalaya mountain, just like a barrier, they are standing a wall type. So that Himalaya mountain, source of forest and water, northern plain, source of greenery, and the civilization is nourishing. Then third, we talked about the plateau, and plateau region giving the lots of mineral which is supporting to the industry. Then the coastal region and the islands are basing to our trades and commerce and the fishing business. And lastly, all these physiographic features are boosting to our country economic growth and our development. So this chapter ends over here, and we are going to move about to discuss about the exercise. So we are moving to discuss the exercise. So here the question will appear and the answers will be there. So please make a note of it, see the question correctly and see the answer correctly, and we will discuss the question answers. So question number 1. Choose the right answer from the 4 alternatives below. So these are the 4 alternatives. So please see the question properly. The question is speaking the land boundary bonded by the sea on the 3 sides is referred as. So the options on the screen are 4. Options on the screen are 4. The answer already you have seen. The answer already you have seen. Peninsula. So this peninsula is the correct answer, because peninsula means to be, it is a landmass bounded by a sea from all the 3 sides. That's why we are calling the peninsula plateau. Moving to the next, take the correct answer. See the question. A mountain range in the eastern part of India forming its boundary with the Myanmar collectively called what? So we are talking about Myanmar, so it's Himachal, Uttarakhand or Purvanchal or none of this. So the answer is, let's see, Purvanchal. So the answer is Purvanchal, because Purvanchal is in the eastern part of India and forming the boundary with Myanmar, where we were talking about the Mizo Hill and all. Next, the western coastal strip south to Goa. Please make a note of it. South to Goa. So which one will come? Coromandel? It will not come, because that is in eastern coastal plain. So northern Sirkar, that is also in that. So the Kannada and Konkan is remaining. So starting part is Konkan and after that Kannada is there. So that Kannada is going to be the correct answer. Okay? Moving to the next question. The highest mountain peak in the Eastern Ghat is, we are talking about Eastern Ghat. Kanchenjunga, that is in Himalaya mountain. Kashi, so Kasir, so that is also. So Annaimudi, that is in Western Ghat. So which will be the correct answer? Mahendragiri. So here Mahendragiri is the correct answer because the highest mountain peak in the Eastern Ghat, when we were talking about the differentiate between the Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat, at that time only we discussed about Mahendragiri is the highest mountain peak in the Eastern Ghat. Let's move into the next question. These are the questions. In this you have to write little bit into detail. Question number 1, what is Bhabar? So in the northern plain we first discussed about what is Bhabar. The pebbles which are floating the foothill to the Shivalik, right? And where the streams are disappearing, that is the Bhabar point. You can make your own point, your own answer and write it down. Name the 3 major divisions of the Himalaya from north to south. So the north to south we are having the 3. So first one is the Himadri, second one is Himachal and third one is Shivalik. That answer you have to write. Which plateau lies between the Aravalli and Vindhyachal range? So it's a Malwa plateau. So name the islands group of India having the coral origin. So which are known as the coral islands? Just now in this presentation only we talked and discussed about the coral islands are Lakshadweep islands are there. Next, distinguish between Bhangar and Khadar and Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat. So please copy down the question. I will speak about the differentiation once again for you. You please write the preview point for that. So please copy down this. Difference between Bhangar and Khadar. So the difference is speaking about Bhangar and Khadar. These are the two parts of alluvial soil. Alluvial soil is divided into Bhangar and Khadar. Bhangar means the old alluvium, Khadar is the new alluvium. So Bhangar contains the small pebbles of the stone, that means we are calling concord, and Khadar they don't have. Khadar is more fertile and Bhangar is less fertile. So you can make a line like this and write the points for Bhangar and make the point for this. Then Western Ghat and Eastern Ghat. Again Western Ghat where they are situated, you have to write Eastern Ghat where they are situated. Western Ghat are continuous range, Eastern Ghat is discontinuous range. And why? Because of the erosional features of the rivers. Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, so many rivers are moving from there. So the Eastern Ghat is broken and the area is discontinued. Here the highest mountain peak in the Western Ghat, Naimuddin. As we discussed in the upper questions, Eastern Ghat, the highest mountain peak is Mahendragiri. So this differentiation you have to write by making the bar here and writing the 3 point each for them. This question answers you have to write by your own. Don't copy down from any guidance. You please write down. If any doubt you are facing, please let me know. I will take their point to discuss in the upcoming slides presentation. Then next, which are the major physiographic division of India? So already we had discussed about the 6 physiographic features of India. You have to write the name and contrast the relief of the Himalaya region with that the peninsular plateau. So you have to make a dividation of the Himalaya region, specific points here, peninsular plateau, specific points here. So like that you have to make which are the major physiographic division of India. So the 6 are there. First one, the northern. In the north, Great Himalaya mountain. Then we are having downside the northern plain. Then we are having the Great Indian Desert, Peninsular Plateau, then coastal plain and the islands. Next question. Give an account of northern plain. So here you have to write a brief about northern plain. The northern plain, in that the features we discussed about the Bhabar, Terai, Khadar, Bhangar, from where it is stretching and the formation of the northern plain. You have to write in that. Rivers depositional features from the millions of years ago. The result is northern plain. Then write a short note on, as we talked and discussed about in the 5th presentation about the Indian desert. 5 points and you have to make the short note. Then Central Highlands, it's a part of Peninsular Plateau and its extension you have to write. And the islands group of India, just now we were talking and discussing about Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar, where they are situated and what's their significance in the trade and commerce and what are their capitals and all, you have to write in that. So here with this slide presentation we have discussed about all the question answers. Let's move to the overview. Overview of islands. So overview of islands, already we discussed about Lakshadweep Islands, where they are, how the name is changed. Then next we have seen where they are located, and lastly how the Andaman and Nicobar is divided into two and they are called as the elevated portion of the mountains. Next, the region in India complementing each other and makes a country richer in the natural resource. So which is making, so all the reasons, all the physiographic features making India a richer and in its natural resource. Mountain, source of forest and water. Plains provide grains. Plains provide grains. How? Good, very good fertile soil, availability of water and the plain area. Plateaus, storehouse of mineral, and coastal areas support fishing and ports. So please copy down this. This is very important point, overview of that. So all the physiographic feature, how they are boosting India's economic and the standard of living. Moving further, this is very important. Jai Hind to each and everyone and thank you to each and everyone. First, I want to thank to all my students, those who are watching this video and getting enlightened by this one. India is a great country. We are seeing all the 6 physiographic features. You please read the chapter properly, watch the video again and again, and any doubt and difficulty is there, please let me know about that and we are going to sort your doubt and difficulty. And please make a note of each and every topic. Thanking to each and everyone from my bottom of my heart. Thanking to you. Jai Hind.